You don't have enough time? My first career, as I got into a recruitment career, and the first company I worked with had a very eccentric boss. I had a very eccentric CEO. And he had a lot of time for me, and he was old school. He was maybe 66, 67, past retirement age, one of those guys who just comes to work every day because he loves the game. And for whatever reason, he would teach me all these things. He would teach me things like in business about keeping your hands very clean and your fingernails like pristine, because people notice those types of things, especially kind of higher up in business. Your shoes, people notice your shoes, and your coordination between your tie, how long your tie has to be, how your tie is tied properly, and how that coordinates with your belt and your shoe color, and all those things, those old-fashioned or traditional things that really matter in British business, that matter anywhere in the world. Whenever you go to anywhere that has money, then they still matter today. They don't seem to matter as much in Dubai, but when you deal with people higher up the food chain, so to speak, those things matter to people. And so it's those things he taught me, and I guess they never left me, because I was at an age when I would just be like a sponge, like I am still today. I'm super curious, and anything that I can learn from somebody who's obviously been around longer and who knows, then I would learn. But one of the most important lessons they taught me, things like early to bed, early to rise, keeps you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Makes sense. Make sure you go to bed in the same day that you wake up, he would teach me, which is kind of, you understand, yeah? But one of the things that he taught me that stuck with me was how to value your time. So let's say, for instance, let's use the example of a cleaner. So I have always had a cleaner. Since I lived with my grandmother from being 13 years old to being 18 years old. As soon as I could, I moved into my own apartment. And as soon as I moved into my own apartment, I got a cleaner. So I've always had a cleaner. And the reason why is because he taught me that a cleaner, no matter whether you think you can afford it or not, is so much worth than what he or she is cleaning a house. So much worth the rate that he or she is cleaning a house. And this is the reason why. Even if they're earning 3 times as much as you're earning currently, it's more worthy that you spend your time. I've just had a cleaner, and she was just in the house for 3 hours. She is 10 times better than me at cleaning. It's more important for her to be cleaning and earning that money than it is for me. But most important for me personally is that whatever she is cleaning and whatever she's doing in my house, it's so much more important that I'm focusing on me moving forward in whatever I'm trying to be good at. So within that 3 hours, I'm able to go and do a workout, I'm able to go and run, and I'm able to get a load of work done. So within 3 hours, I've got a lot more done. And obviously now, that my time has always been worth far more than me cleaning, of course. But now it's worth exponentially more, because those things added up, especially if I'm able to do a little bit of work, I'm able to do a run. The run alone is worth 10 times what the cleaner would be paid. If you add to that a gym session, that gym session is worth the $50 that I've just had to pay for 3 hours cleaning. How much is it worth? So when you hear that excuse, I don't have enough time, how long does that person spend cleaning their house every week, or every day, or every, however often they clean? How often can they have a cleaner? How often do they enjoy living in a clean space? So you kind of have to ask you that. Like, if you're in a situation where you can pay somebody to offload, and this is essentially outsourcing, yeah? I'm outsourcing my cleaning because I don't enjoy it, I'm not very good at it, somebody else is much better at it, and somebody else is getting paid less than what I'm getting paid per hour in order to do it. So why would I not pay that cleaner to be here, and I go out and enjoy my time, or I go out and enjoy leisure time, or go out and meet a friend, which is much more valuable to me, like, mentally, and just kind of getting together with a friend and speaking about stuff, which as you get older you don't think you have, or a lot of your friends are kind of married and have children, and that time becomes even more precious. Or working on whatever you're working on. And some people will say they enjoy cleaning, and some people will say that cleaning actually gives them a break from what they're doing in the day, and it's nourishing for their soul. And if that's the case, wonderful, like just keep doing it. But my argument would be that whatever you're working on, if it's not what you're passionate about and you're not doing what you love, then surely that cleaning time, 2-3 hours, and that would have taken 9 hours for me to do what she's just done in 3 hours. Surely that time, if I wasn't doing what I loved, surely that 3 hours would be much better spent on trying to make my life and my work life focused on what I'm passionate about. Surely there's absolutely not, even if I was to spend that 3 hours looking at what I'm about to invest in, whether it's stock market, cryptocurrency, housing, real estate, whatever it might be, it's better to be learning. It's better for me to be on Duolingo learning Spanish or learning Russian or learning whatever. It's so much more important to be doing that, to be learning, for me to be moving forward in my path, than to be cleaning. So when you hear that you don't have enough time, kind of think about what your week looks like and what you've got involved in that, and the stuff that you do enjoy, the stuff that is definitely moving you in the right direction, and the stuff that you're just doing because it needs doing, but you don't enjoy it, you're not very good at it, and somebody else, it could be very easy to outsource that to somebody else. Another example I give you is within my job. My cat is driving me nuts at the moment, so maybe he gets outsourced out the window in a minute. But another example I give you is within my work, there are administration tasks that I don't enjoy doing. I'm not very good at focusing on them because they're very boring for me. So I outsource them. And with obviously globalization, you can outsource them to somebody who's going to be online at a different time to you, who's going to be paid much less than you, or less than somebody who's working in the same country to what you're working in, who will have that work ready for you for when you start work in the morning. So if I had an admin task now that's like an 8-hour admin task, and now it's 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night, I could give that to somebody right now. That could be on my desk in the morning for 8 o'clock in the morning, and it would be done. So it would be like me doing an overnight work shift to get that work ready, but then I wouldn't have the energy to start the work. So it's outsourced, it's ready for me to do, and it's stuff that I don't enjoy, stuff that person is very glad of the work, stuff that I'm not very good at. That person is 10 times better at me at that task, 10 times faster, which is super important, 10 times more accurate, and it's ready for me so that I can focus on what I'm good at, focus on what I'm enjoying, and focus maybe the extra time that I've saved not having to do that and I've outsourced it, focus on what I really love to do, which is running and getting fit for running, being in the gym. So all around, everyone wins. And it's just a cleaning example or an administration example. Think about what you can outsource in your life in order to look after your passion.